Hello everybody, my name is Lush Eisner and welcome to the Canadian Money Talk, the channel about Canadian investing and personal finance. Please like and subscribe. I record 2 videos per week, so make sure you ring the notification bell to get notified each time one comes out. So what is happening to the stock market as of July 2022? Well, we're down 10% on the TSX from a recent high. We're down 20% from the top in the S&P 500, and the Nasdaq is down over 30%. Now, just so everybody understands, the market's not going to zero, but could certainly go down some more. If the market goes down to zero, we're going to have bigger problems than losing money, since we'll be living in some sort of a Mad Max film dystopian world. There's no reason to panic. At worst, we're going to have a recession, which is normal. Some earnings decreases might happen to your stocks, and there might be further downside to the market. There is the old saying, if you think the world is ending, you should be buying guns and ammunition and bottled water. If the world is not ending, you should be buying stocks. Also, we're not in a crisis. This isn't 2008 when the financial system froze up because of poisonous assets and money wasn't moving. We had COVID, but vaccines came out a couple of years ago. There was a bunch of money printed to keep the shut down economy afloat, and that was largely what had caused the inflation. The 2020 speculation in technology stocks that didn't make a profit was similar to the 2002's dot-com crash, when the threat of increasing interest rates started a slide in the overpriced technology stocks in November of 2021. We did have asset inflation for a decade due to the super low interest rates, where people borrowed to buy stocks and real estate, and to finish things off, people were buying stocks with the free money from the government during COVID, further driving the prices up. Now the market has corrected, with the energy and material stocks saving the Canadian TSX from going down as much as the US stocks. We started getting inflation in 2021 due to the money printing, and now both the US and Canada are in high single digits for inflation. It's not the 50% inflation rates like the hyperinflation in the Weimar Republic in the 1920s. So what's going to happen from here? Well, we still have some issues with COVID, mostly in the Chinese lockdowns, but the rest of the world got vaccinated and has reopened, and even China has eased its lockdowns recently. There are issues with the supply chain caused by COVID, where goods aren't available in appropriate numbers, which has also caused inflation, but this will resolve itself over time and help the high grocery store prices become lower. Wages have increased as a result of people not wanting to go back to work and the existing inflation, but those are unlikely to be temporary. Those will likely persist. Energy prices, mostly oil, have gone up, both because of the war in Ukraine, but mostly because of the blatant and politically based underinvestment in energy infrastructure and trying to switch the world to renewables in a year where it's going to take decades. And so this has caused shortages. This will eventually ease, but will remain high in the short term. The consumer confidence in the US is at a 40-year low, mostly due to the inflation, with people seeing their money not going as far as it used to on a daily basis. And as the central banks use the blunt instruments, that is the hiking of interest rates, to slow demand for goods, they could cause a recession where the GDP growth is negative for 2 quarters in a row. Because of the lack of people wanting work, the job market is very strong on both sides of the border. Unemployment would be the main driver behind a quote-unquote real recession. That is one that people will notice. Otherwise, we can just have a technical recession with the negative GDP growth, but one that nobody is going to be harmed by, and the recession could also be over very, very quickly. These are the best case scenarios. No recession if the central banks manage their rate raising well, or a technical recession nobody notices, meaning people don't lose their jobs. or a very quick one. The inflation could stop on its own and the central banks wouldn't have to raise interest rates further, and in that case, the markets won't go down much more, and this is what I'm expecting. The quote-unquote bad case scenarios are where the interest rate hikes cause a serious recession or a prolonged shallow one, where the unemployment increases and people are financially harmed. Keep in mind that recessions are a natural part of the economic and business cycle, although the central bank is supposed to make them shallower. The central banks would start lowering interest rates because now they have a cushion to lower into, and the market would take another leg down initially, but would jump up once the rates were lowered again, since investors know the raising is over. The worst case is if the interest rate hikes slow down the economy and we have a recession, but the rate hikes don't stop the high inflation. So we'll have the dreaded stagflation, which is very difficult to get out of. The market would certainly take another leg down and probably stay down. None of these issues are permanent, and so people panicking and selling is just hurting their portfolios. I believe it is time to buy now, maybe buy a third of a position now, wait some more time, buy another third, and then buy the last third in maybe 3-4 months. The timing is obviously up to you, and do your own research. But if the markets do go down some more, you'll be able to take advantage of the lower prices, and you're still getting things on sale. In 5 years, the markets are going to be much higher, and since you can't find the bottom of the market except in hindsight, you're going to do well if you buy today. If you're buying good companies on sale, you can't really go wrong in the long run. So I'm generally optimistic about the economy and the stock market. There is going to be some volatility, ups and downs in the short run. If you have any requests on what you would like me to cover in future videos, please put that into the comment section. Please like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and may you have a profitable day.